All right, so right here we have the Mpc-X, and right behind me the SP-1200 with a few guitar pedals and my record player right behind me. So this is like my favorite combination, well, mainly the MPC and my record player. Now, before we go any further, do want to remind you there's going to be some timestamps at the bottom. Also, if you are in need of any audio gear, do not forget I have links to Zounds. So if you want to purchase anything audio related, be sure to use some of my links, which it does help out my channel without costing you anything if you're already going to buy some audio gear. All right, let's get right into it and see what we have right here. I actually sampled a couple drum breaks into the SP-1200. The SP-1200 I use very frequent. I don't show it as much on my videos because it does take a very long time when it comes down to just chopping up samples. But when it does come to percussive sounds, the SP-1200 does sound really nice. So what I mainly do and how I incorporate this into my workflow is get the sounds into the 1200 and then resample those sounds into my MPC. And then I'm able to use the sequencer from my MPC while I sample inside with any of my other records. So this is what I have, actually a drum break chopped up coming out into this JHS pedal and then coming out of this pedal into my MPC, and I'm actually ready to start sampling what I have right here. Now, I am using the filters on the 1200, and I am using a little bit of compression from this JHS pedal. And after that, we bring it into the MPC. So let's go ahead and sample that right here. Let's go into manual chop mode and just 1, 2, 3. My second chop is going to be right here. 1, 2. Let's get this one a bit tighter. Go to main, and let's go ahead and sequence this. I'm not sure what tempo this is. I'm gonna tap it out. About 68 beats per minute. All right, we have that. I'm gonna go back to my track number 1, and I have this record right behind me that I wanna sample into the MPC. It sounds awesome. I'm probably just going to chop it up into a bunch of little bits and pieces and just let my hands go and see what we could resequence with these chops. All right, so let's go ahead and just set the start point right here. I'm gonna zoom in and let's get our markers in right here. Process that. I'm going to get this downbeat right here. I'm going to extract this, hit do it. There's this one key, the boom, is right before the downbeat that I want to keep, and I might want to bring that in to add to this already created program. Let's go ahead and start chopping this up. I'm gonna go from trim to manual chop mode and just start making the slices. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, all right. So we got a few banks right here. Let's go from shift to convert, make this into its own program, hit do it, go to main, and we have this track number 3. I'm going to jump into this track editor and I'm gonna select all because I want to get rid of some of these clicks and pops. That's much better. So right here we have, I mean, any chop works. I actually have some of these chops that are not right on the downbeat. They're a bit off, like I noticed. This is a little bit off. It's not right on the downbeat, which is fine. It's kind of creating this offbeat sound and is blending pretty well. So if we hit play and we just let go. Man, All right, let's record this before I forget. Oh man, I might have to go back to the drums and just tighten them up a little bit. They're a bit loose. I feel like I could perfect the start and end point of those chops of that break just so I can tighten up those drums a little bit better. But I'm loving what I'm getting right here. Let's keep digging through this record and see if we find any other sections. Or actually, you know what? There was this key that I wanted to bring in here. If we go to our sample editor and we go to this very first sample that we had brought in, notice how I extracted this because there is this just one note right here that I want to pull out. That's all I want. I'm going to assign that, and let's assign this to the Porque track, which is the program that we had created, and I'm going to put that on bank B, pad, actually let's put it on bank A, pad 5. Let's do it. I'm not going to use pad 5. Ooh, yes, that's it right there. Go to program edit, sample, go to tail length. That's it. That's all I wanted to get. Now, if I just drop the needle and we keep listening, maybe there's a bridge, maybe there's an outro that we can pick up from here and add this to the already existing program. I will want to bank through, maybe in bank C, go to our sampler, go to pad tap, and let's keep digging. Ooh. That's it right there. That's it right there. Those two go right here, and maybe we could, you know what? We could probably double length this, go back into this grid, and at the ending of the fourth bar right here, we want to select. And by the way, working on the grid editor with this Mpc-X is awesome. I just have everything right there, and it's easier to select notes and delete, shift, or nudge, or anything that you want to do. It's a lot easier to do it right here. You notice how his voice comes in? Well, that's where stem separation comes in, and I love stem separation. A lot of people say, why do I want to use stem separation? It sounds so bad in standalone. I do agree. In standalone, stem separation does not sound as good versus when we would use it within the software, or there is better stem separation software out there. But as I'm creating within my MPC, I don't want to have to stop doing what I'm doing right now. I'm in the flow and just have to bounce everything to a DAW, do stem separation, export everything back into the like that. To me is just kicking me out of my groove. So being able to have those features built into the MPC in standalone, I'm able to grab just this pad. I don't have to do stem separation to everything. I'm just gonna do it to this pad 4 on bank C. Go to stems, and I'm gonna assign this to bank C, pad 4, separate everything, hit do it, let it work its magic. Notice this has stem separation. I'm going to extract the vocals, and hopefully we just hear the drum rolls or the toms being hit right here. There you go. There's no vocals. Perfect. Oh, there it is. Let's go back to these drums. They're just way off. Sample edit. We got this drum break, and let's re-chop this. Ooh, right there. Let me grab that. I'm gonna copy it, and then I'll paste it right here. And now we have these 4 bars. Track mutes, drum breaks. These drums are hitting really nice. If you are part of the Patreon, do not forget to download these drums. I will provide them to you as an already created program. So all you have to do is just download these drums, put them into your SD card, and you'll have those chops the way I have them right here. You could either follow along or just recreate your own flips with those drums. Also, these sample chop programs, you guys can download it. Guys, I've been having a lot of fun with this Mpc-X. It didn't take me no more than a few hours to just feel right at home with the X. One thing I always mention is once you learn the MPC software, you are okay to purchase. If you ever want to purchase a different MPC, as long as it has the same software, you're going to feel right at home. A lot of people always ask me, hey, you know what? I have the Mpc-X or the MPC keys. Can I still use the MPC course that I have just so I could go through and get more familiar with my MPC? Absolutely, yes. I do have a course where I do teach MPC 3.0, and also if you want to still be on the 2.0 software, I have the 2.0 within that course as well. So it'll take you from start to finish, getting you comfortable and familiar with your MPC so you don't have a headache, you don't feel frustrated and want to just turn off your MPC and put it to the side for a few months. Trust me, I know that frustration. So that's why I put together that course where we just go through it together, make you feel very comfortable. More information on that, go down to the link of this video. Check out some of the free modules that I do offer so you guys can get more familiar in what you'll be getting. Thank you so much for just hanging out with me. If you've made it to the end of the video, I appreciate you taking the time out of your day just to nerd out as I'm chopping up some records and just figuring out a sequence that I can put together. Thank you so much. I'll catch y'all on our next video. Peace.